G'day guys, No Duff here again, and today we're going to cover off one of the most common injuries I usually ever see, that being shin pain. Now, shin pain is broken down into pretty much two segments, being shin splints and compartment syndrome, the latter being the worst of the two. Although both can be present and extremely excruciating, they can be both located in different areas. As a general rule of thumb, shin splints will generally be felt on the inside of the leg on the shin, and compartments will be felt on the outside or at the rear. If after implementing these strategies I'm about to show you, you still experience severe pain, see a doctor or physio straight away, as your pain may be actually a hairline fracture in your lower leg bones. If you're here for ways to fix the acute pain you're receiving at this very moment, I won't be going over that into depth because it's pretty much just a basic case of resting, icing, stretching and taking anti-inflammatories. That'll be a separate video where I cover off that and more into depth. What I am here to cover off on is strategies to prevent the pain from returning, which in my books is much more important, the actual prevention. So shin pain is generally caused by one of three things, that being the choice of footwear, improper running technique, and incorrect progression of training, or it could be a combination of all three. Now, it's impossible for me to determine which one you specifically fall into, so we're going to cover off on a blanket of strategies to hopefully cover the issue that is specific to you. So firstly, make sure you have relatively new shoes. Running shoes should be replaced roughly every 6 months for someone running once or twice a week, even sooner for someone running more frequently. Secondly, make sure you're not trying to progress too quickly by increasing the impact on your body too soon. What I mean by that is, keep an eye on your overall distance you run a week and increase weekly at a steady rate. No sudden spikes. Your body won't get used to such a quick change in circumstances, so you need to slowly accustom your shins to the consistent impact of hitting the ground. I call it the battering ram effect. Many small hits over a long period of time will break down the doors. Thirdly, ensure you conduct a sufficient warm-up. Now, this kind of goes in line with what I was saying about no sudden spikes in activity over a long period. Same goes for your individual workout sessions. You wouldn't climb straight out of bed, put your shoes on, and start your 100-meter sprint straight away. You need to allow your body to warm up correctly, and specifically mobilize those troubled areas. Although all running sessions you do are different, here's a pretty generic warm-up that you can implement before going on any run. 10 ankle rotations each way with each foot. You can do this with your big toe in contact with the ground or not. 10 knee rotations each way. 10 hip rotations each way. 10 toe taps with each foot 5 times through. 10 body weight calf raises 5 times through. 10 half squats 5 times through. Jogging on the spot for 1 minute. High knees 30 seconds. Heel flicks for 30 seconds times 2. Calf stretch. Quad stretch. Hammy stretch. Groin stretch, and finally hip flexor stretch. Now, those are the three biggest preventative measures for shin splints just before you go for a run. Now, what else can you do to prevent shin splints? On your off days, you need to be doing exercises to help recorrect the ankle over the foot, to help the knee and hip realign over each other. To help with this, try these exercises. I don't want to waste your time by explaining how the mechanics of these exercises will work, but believe me, they will most definitely assist in correcting any imbalances that you have in your kinetic chain. Sitting on a chair, trace the alphabet on the floor with your big toe with both feet. Applying a little bit of pressure with your big toe, but not too much. Do that 2 times on each foot. Next, whilst you're still seated, place a coin on the outside portion of your foot. Whilst maintaining the inside part of your foot in contact with the floor, slide the coin over without the coin falling off. This is quite tricky and it may take some time to get used to. Slide the coin from outer to inner 5 times per foot. Once you've mastered that, try sliding it the other way as well. Next, whilst you're still seated, place the coin between your big toe and your second toe. Now touch the floor with the ball of your foot whilst keeping the heel up, and the coin mustn't move, and then bring it back down. Do 10 each leg 3 times through. Now stand up and hold onto a chair, using as little of the chair as possible to maintain your balance. Rise up onto the balls of your foot and then pulse upwards onto your toes and then back down and then back to the ground. Try not to push off the chair and use your balance as much as possible. Perform 10 of these 3 times through. When you master these, do them on 1 foot. Next exercise is just a simple calf raise. Same thing, but just using 1 foot. Just coming up to the balls of the foot and then lowering back down. 10 of these 3 times through. To finish off, we're going to conduct a bit of a coordination and balance exercise. Stand against the wall. Stand with your heels almost touching the wall or about half of your foot's distance away. Next, raise one foot up so the thigh is parallel to the floor. Whilst maintaining your balance, slowly twist around and touch the wall, returning to the original position, and then touch the other side. Perform 10 of these twists on each leg 3 times through. Anyway guys, that pretty much covers it. If you're still experiencing severe pain, remember what I said in the start and go see a doctor or physio straight away because it could be worse than what you think. There's a few corrective exercises I provided you guys with there and they all help with the realignment of the lower limbs. Hope some or all of them really burn certain areas for you guys where you have those imbalances so we can get you back to training sooner rather than later. If you found any of these exercises particularly challenging or have more you'd like to share, please feel free to comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks guys and train safe.